The hero Leo Demenhart was the one who saved all of humanity by defeating the Demon Lord. Everyone was grateful, but there was one person who was very afraid of Leo's power: the king. The king became so scared of Leo's might that he chose to betray him. He banished Leo from the kingdom. This betrayal made Leo angry, and he decided that he would get revenge by joining forces with the very demons he had once fought. Leo then began his journey to a castle where he hoped to join the demon's side. When he got there, he noticed that the castle was falling apart and in really bad shape. He didn't let that stop him though, and went right into the throne room. Inside the throne room, he met the demon queen named Echidna. She wasn't alone. She had her 4 powerful followers with her, known as the 4 Great Generals. Leo walked up to them, took off his hood, and told them who he was: the former hero who once saved humanity. He explained to them that he was there to apply for a job in the Queen's demon army, but Echidna was not happy to see him. In her anger, she threw fire magic at Leo, burning only his cape. Leo tried his best to convince her that he could make her army even stronger, but she kept attacking and refusing him. Feeling desperate, Leo asked the 4 great generals for help, and they agreed to meet with him. During their meeting, it was revealed that a year ago, Echidna's demon army tried to invade the human world. The human king gathered a bunch of heroes to fight back, but only Leo was strong enough to defeat the demons. As Leo talked with the generals, he started to remember how he had met and defeated each one of them. The first general, Edward, was a dragon, and he and Leo had a sword duel. Leo won that fight. The next general, Mernes, was half demon and half human. He was beaten by Leo's powerful magic. Leo also remembered meeting the third general, Lily, a beast who had forgotten who she was when they first met. Leo took care of her, but when she got her memory back, she tried to kill him. She lost the fight, and because of her tribe's belief in marrying the one who defeats you, she fell in love with Leo. The last general was Steina, a powerful succubus who uses magic. She lost to Leo when he made a barrier that stopped all her magic. Leo figured out that Steina was not very good at fighting up close, and that's how he defeated her. Steina wants to talk about something different, so she asks Leo why he wants to join their demon army. Leo starts to tell his story. After he had a really tough battle with Echidna and managed to defeat her, he went back to the capital city where he was from. But when he got there, he noticed that people were looking at him in a strange way. They looked scared and worried. He soon figured out that word had spread all around that he was incredibly strong, and that made people scared. They were afraid that he might turn evil and use his strength to destroy everyone. That's why the king, who wanted to keep his people happy, called Leo to thank him for protecting something very important called the Philosopher's Stone. But then the king told Leo that he had to leave and couldn't live in their lands anymore. So Leo had to go into hiding and started traveling all over the world. He felt lost until one day he heard that Echidna was looking for new soldiers for her army. Leo thought that maybe he could join them, so he got ready to show Echidna what he could do. He felt that if the world wanted to get rid of him, he would be the one to get rid of them first. Steina listened to Leo's story and believed him. She decided that he could join the demon army, but only on a trial basis. He would have 1 month to prove himself, and Steina would keep a close eye on him. But there was one big rule. Queen Echidna couldn't find out that Leo had been hired. After the meeting, Leo went back to the throne room, thinking about how much work there was to do. When he was a hero, he had almost destroyed the entire demon army, so they would have to rebuild almost everything. Then he remembered something interesting about Echidna. She had once told her soldiers not to kill anyone because she wanted to rule peacefully. Leo was curious about this and planned to ask her why she acted that way after he passed her test. The next morning, Leo got up very early, ready to work. He went to Steina's room, but the door was locked. He used magic to open it and tried to wake her up, but she told him to go away because she was really tired. Leo didn't give up though. He used another spell to change his voice to sound like Echidna's, hoping that might get her out of bed. Steina wakes up in a panic when she hears Leo speaking with Echidna's voice. She immediately starts giving a report about all the problems and things that need to be fixed in the army. But soon she realizes that she's actually talking to Leo, not Echidna. This makes her really angry, and she starts attacking Leo with her magical powers. After the confusion, Steina gets dressed and meets Leo in his office. They talk about how the demon army is in bad shape. When Leo attacked the castle before, most of the important demons had to go back to their world to heal. Steina has been left alone to take care of everything that's left, and it's a big job. Leo wants to help. He offers to work on a special list of tasks that Steina needs to complete. He even says he can fix something called the mana reactors, which usually only the person who made them can do. But Leo can do it because he can match Steina's magical energy. Before he gets to work, he changes into a dark knight disguise and calls himself Lord Onyx, so no one will recognize him. As he's leaving the office, he sees a girl named Diana who looks at Leo and then runs away. Leo doesn't let that stop him, and 30 minutes later, he's back in Steina's office telling her that he's fixed the reactors. But Leo is tired, so he tells Steina that he needs to rest. Before lying down, he makes a magical sphere called the Mirage Eye so he can watch Steina work while he takes a break. Steina thinks he's had enough rest after a while, but Leo says he needs more. An hour goes by, and Steina gets really angry. She tries to pull Leo off the sofa, but he uses magic that makes everything heavy to stay put. This makes Steina even angrier, and she's about to use some powerful magic against him. But just then, she's interrupted when Diana knocks on the door. Diana hands a special talisman to Leo, telling him that it worked perfectly. Steina learns that Leo had purchased a purple gem called an amethyst from a goblin creature. Leo then filled the gem with magical energy that matches Steina's, and he taught Diana how to use the charm to help with the energy reactors. Diana, in turn, found 3 more people to help her share the work. Leo asks Diana to continue looking after the reactors along with her new helpers, and he promises to create enough talismans for all of them. Steina is surprised and impressed by what Leo has done. Leo explains that Diana was concerned about Steina's health because she's been working so hard since the army lost their battle. He assures Diana that she can ask for help if she needs it, which touches her deeply. Later, Leo advises Steina to let others help her more and gives her a paper that rearranges her tasks. He points out some tasks marked in red that she can let others do, and he suggests she teach her followers to handle them. Steina admits that she was wrong about Leo and thanks him, saying she's looking forward to working together. That night, Steina calls Leo to her again and tells him about a mission involving Lily, who's going to the Long Sea. The dragons on an island there are allies of the demon army and supply the castle with goods. Steina shows Leo Lily's disastrous plan for the mission and asks him to go. The next day, Leo arrives at Largo, where he finds Lily and her followers having a wild race and causing destruction everywhere. After the race, everyone takes a break. Leo sits on the beach and starts thinking of a way to use the army's creatures' skills to carry the supplies in the best possible way. Lily comes over and offers Leo a carrot, but he turns her down. She then goes to offer the carrots to her workers. One of them asks who Leo is, but just as Lily is about to spill the beans, Leo stops her and says that he's just an assistant. After taking a little break, Leo attempts to hand out some tasks to the workers, but they ignore him. They explain that only Lily can give them orders. Hearing this, Leo decides to take a pause at a nearby store. A few minutes later, Lily comes in to check on him. Leo tells her that his head is hurting, which makes Lily quite worried. She rushes off to find medicine for him. Seeing how concerned she is, Leo concocts an elaborate plan to teach her a lesson. When Lily comes back with the medicine, she finds Leo pretending to be on the brink of death, claiming that a poisonous snake bit him. He tells her that the only cure is some special herbs found in the western peaks. Lily immediately races off to find them. As soon as she leaves, Leo magically heals himself and reveals that he summoned the snake. He sends a magical eye called a Mirage Eye to watch Lily's progress. He explains that he set up challenges on the way to the western peaks, and Lily can only pass them by asking her followers for help. Meanwhile, Lily transforms into a divine wolf named Fenrir to collect the herbs faster. She reaches the first obstacle, an unbreakable rock. She tries to break it with sheer strength, but it doesn't work. Leo watches and waits, hoping she'll ask for help. However, Lily is stubborn and keeps hammering at the rock until she finally breaks it. This frustrates Leo as she didn't learn the lesson he was trying to teach. Next, Lily encounters a tunnel filled with gooey creatures called slimes. They block her path, but she uses her wolf howl to destroy the main one, causing the others to be destroyed as well. Finally, she reaches a cliff that she can't get past. Here, Leo shows up disguised as a man named Godheart. He advises her to ask a friend for help. This time, Lily listens and goes to find assistance. After a while, Lily shows up in the river below the cliff, explaining to Leo that she asked for help in a nearby town. They told her she could swim across the river's bottom and then climb up. Lily easily crosses to the other side of the river and continues to pass the other tests that Leo had laid out for her until she finally reaches the western peaks to collect the medicinal herbs. The following day, Leo wakes up and discovers that Lily has left the medicinal herb for him. She then comes into the store to check on Leo and presents him with a drawing of a new mission plan. She wants to know if Leo thinks this plan could lead to them working better together. Leo asks her if she came up with this plan herself, and she tells him that Godhart advised her on it. At this moment, Leo realizes that he just needed to suggest a better way of working. Later, Leo meets with Steina and provides her with a report on the successful mission in Largo. This report leads Steina to recognize that Lily is gradually growing and maturing. Then, Steina shows Leo a message from the demon queen Echidna, in which she demands that the Dark Knight Onyx come to see her immediately. Leo quickly goes to Echidna's living room, where the demon queen warmly greets him and thanks him for everything he has done for the army. She even invites him to a private feast, just the two of them. As they talk and drink together, Echidna asks Leo to remove his helmet. However, Leo declines, saying it's a matter of politeness. Echidna attempts to take it off anyway, but before she can, Leo uses magic to slightly alter his appearance. Upon seeing his face, Echidna tells him she likes what she sees. Leo then tries to get Echidna drunk to end the conversation, but after serving her several drinks, he realizes that it won't work. After a few hours of chatting, Echidna thanks him again for everything he's done and tells him that anyone is welcome in her army. Curious, Leo asks her about the hero, and this question makes Echidna angry. She begins to speak negatively about Leo, unaware that he is actually the man in front of her. She even complains that if it weren't for the hero, she would already have possession of the Philosopher's Stone. We learn about the Philosopher's Stone, a legendary treasure that was used in building the capital city. This magical stone is said to have the power to transform barren, dead lands into lush green fields and even cure diseases. Curious about why Echidna, the demon queen, wants the Philosopher's Stone, Leo asks her about it. She leads him to a balcony to enjoy a beautiful view and then explains her motivation. Echidna reveals that the demon world is a lifeless wasteland without sunlight or vegetation, and it's in complete chaos due to the harsh conditions. Echidna's dream is to use the Philosopher's Stone to rejuvenate her world and make it a wonderful place to live. Leo also questions why she prohibits unnecessary killing. Echidna's response is simple yet profound. She can't help but feel empathy for humans. She also admits that she doesn't harbor resentment against the hero Leo, recognizing that he was just fulfilling his duty. The conversation then turns to Leo's reasons for joining the demon army. Moved by Echidna's sincerity, he's about to reveal his true identity to her, but they're suddenly interrupted by Steina and Lily. They present two notes to Echidna. The notes reveal that Myrnus has left the army to travel, and Edward has taken away the apple because he couldn't properly train his soldiers. After reading the notes, Leo offers to find Myrnus while Echidna promises to deal with Edward. Leo leaves the castle and follows Myrnus's magical trail to a forest. There, he is unexpectedly attacked by Myrnus, who attempts to kill him. However, Leo quickly reveals his true identity, calming Myrnus down. The two then sit to talk, but Leo takes a precaution by magically chaining Myrnus's ankle to prevent him from leaving, as the army needs him. During their conversation, Myrnus informs Leo that he will need to interview new recruits in 3 days by himself, a task that he's not comfortable with because he's not good at speaking. Myrnus was planning to travel to other towns to learn how to become a better communicator. Since he's unsure about this ability and has an upcoming task to interview new applicants, he turns to Leo for help. He asks Leo to teach him how to communicate effectively in just 3 days. Leo seems hesitant at first, which prompts Myrnus to try to leave. However, he's stopped by the magical chain Leo had placed on his ankle. Seeing this, Leo reassures Myrnus and tells him that he will be his new teacher. Later, Leo talks with Echidna, the demon queen, who fills him in on what happened with Myrnus. She also tells Leo that Edward, another character, is fine, even though he had tried to take an apple using various weapons that ended up destroyed. In a new effort to improve Myrnus's communication skills, Leo and Myrnus disguise themselves as waiters in the castle's dining room. This practical experience allows Myrnus to learn how to better relate to others. Leo advises him to empathize with others and listen actively. As they serve food, Myrnus puts Leo's tips into practice and makes a thoughtful recommendation to some new mercenaries about what type of meat to eat. One of the mercenaries rudely ignores Myrnus and tries to mistreat him, but Myrnus quickly subdues him, breaking his arm, and defeats the others with ease. After the altercation, as they walk through the castle, Leo commends Myrnus for his communication with the mercenaries. They proceed to Leo's room for a simulated interview. Myrnus asks Leo why he joined their group, suspecting that Leo's earlier statement about wanting to destroy humanity was a lie, as Leo has enough power to do so on his own. Leo tries to dodge the question, making light of the situation. Myrnus then asks Leo if he ever wanted to see the demons dead. At this point, we learn a significant detail about Myrnus's background. His parents sold him because he was half demon. Myrnus ended up serving several masters. Eventually, he was bought by the Assassin's Guild, where he discovered that he had a natural talent for killing. During a time when he helped the demon army invade a city, Myrnus was surprised to learn that Echidna, the demon queen, wasn't there to kill everyone. Instead, she began to do good things for the city's inhabitants. Witnessing her kindness, Myrnus decided to join Echidna's army, and he found that he got along well with several people there. Myrnus tells Leo that he initially helped Echidna with the hope of destroying the humans, but his plans were thwarted by Leo. Now curious about Leo's story, Myrnus asks to hear it. Leo begins by describing a time thousands of years ago when the human world was in the machine age. And that's the end of this arc. But our adventure isn't over. Click subscribe, and we'll continue to the next episode. Ciao.